Hiya, Cosmic Cat here, and it is time for us to read affirmations for our inner child. See what today holds for us on November 12th. Welcome, welcome. Have you asked your inner child, greeted your inner child today, asked how he or she is doing? Placed your hand on your upper abdomen and say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, inner child. I'm here. How are you? And wait and be patient and hear. Do you have a connection with your inner child? Share in the comments below where you're at. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to get right into it and get to November 12th to read. The way this works, for those new to my channel, I first read in the book what this is about for today on this day, and then we pull some cards to see how we can get some information and guidance, support on this path, okay? Today, November 12th, is about decisions. I am learning to think before I act. Oh, this is so big. Sometimes I noticed as I was transitioning from thinking before I acted that there was a lot of impatience in the air. People didn't like quietness. People were, even friends were judging why I took so long to do something, why this or that. And it's interesting that time is a very interesting thing. I will say that. But have you ever dealt with this before? Have you ever tried to work releasing a habit, instead of reaction, responding, and with through this process been judged? And it really also shows opportunity there. That is a challenge to make a decision to either way. One is to know that this person isn't really supportive, and because you understand their mindset, you move away. Or is this could be an opportunity for you to share with that person, why does it matter how long it took? I wanted, or you respond because I wanted to ensure that what I was communicating was what I wanted to communicate. Do you really even have to explain yourself? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's something that is tied in with inner child work as well. Getting in tune with your inner child, because oftentimes if you feel like you always must over explain or explain yourself, tell what you did, why you did it, when you did it, feel that eggshell energy, it's uneasy. And it's unnecessary. You do not have to do that, okay? So there you may want to find one of my other readings. I know we tapped into it with affirmations for the inner child, but you can also watch a reading, have an in-person reading. I do in-person readings on the weekends. If you're local, feel free to check out my Calendly. I'll put it in the message box below so that you can have it. And I also do not just in-person, but I also do virtual readings. So if you are out of state or in another country, we can do this virtually as well, if you are interested in doing a reading specific to that, okay? I am learning to think before I act. Think before I commit my time and energy to activities and requests from others. I give myself time to think through possibilities and consequences. I can ask questions. I can decide yes or no, and I can see options between the two. I am learning to negotiate for what I want. I still monitor my impulses and pay attention to my feelings, but now I think before I act. My reasoning is sound and valid. Whatever I decide is right for me at the time, and I can learn from my mistakes. I create choices for myself when I think. Today, I will think for myself and make decisions that are in my own best interest. learning to think before you act. Are you learning to do this at this time? Is this something that resonates for you? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share in the comments below. All right, we are going to pull a card. We're doing this a little bit different today. Spirit has us all over the place. We're going to actually pull a card here for, we're going to pull a card, learning to think before I act. How can one give self time to think through possibilities? How can one give themselves time? Lovers, that self-love, loving yourself. And also protecting yourself, letting go of the day-to-day society norms that says you must do this or that, or that you must respond rapidly. In some instances, it's important to respond, or it's important to have a time frame. Tarot readings, for instance, making sure that you can get the amount of information in that you can within a certain amount of time. Making short videos can be challenging at times when you have a lot to get in that message. So sometimes it's compromising and setting forth different set of rules or guidelines for yourself. This is also asking you not to be tempted to revert back to your old ways because someone else, because you may get pushback. It's okay if you get pushback. Again, being truthful and simple in your communication, very direct, is going to help you with this. How can you make better decisions? How can you make better decisions? Tap into Mother Earth. This is the Empress energy. Nurturing, loving. I mean, we just keep getting so much love here. For some of you, this is asking you to call upon your mother for this help, for your decisions. Your mom made good decisions throughout her life, or the person that you looked up to as a mom, as a guardian who raised you, that feminine energy, that female in your life that nurtured, gave you love. For those who did not have this, you're being called upon to, you're being asked to call upon Mother Earth, literally Gaia. Go outdoors, be outside, dance in the rain, dance in the sun, dance through that rainbow. Understand and know that Spirit is always with you. Your ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, they're always with you and ready to be supportive. This is also showing that there's balance with this. How you can make decisions better is to put yourself first. This may sound selfish, but in fact, it's the opposite. That's it's kind of the reason a lot of souls and humans struggle with their inner child, is because the people-pleasing, the empathic way, and not being able to really be yourself or make your own decisions because you're living your life for others. It's taking on others' pains. Mothers have this. Mothers, it's almost instilled in our bodies to do this. But this isn't really going to allow for individual growth. It's going to have a lot of codependency with that. So asking questions, saying yes or no. How good are you at saying no? To learn to negotiate for what you want, you got to know what you want too. And thinking before you act. Creating choices for yourself. Yeah, for yourself. And standing by them. Standing up for your beliefs. This is, thank you, Spirit. 7 of bolts, which is 7 of wands. This is you defending yourself. You have the upper hand, and you will win this battle. This battle that you have, this conflict that you have with someone about making your own decisions because they want to decide for you, because that perhaps maybe you know, you were manipulated and controlled for a large time of your life, and now you're starting to create your own thoughts, allow your own self to think, protecting you, protecting your children from the life that you know that you don't want them to have, standing up in your truth and authenticity to protect yourself from temptations, from false love, and from those who are against you. You know, you will defend your position. That's the message I have for you today. I do hope it resonates. Share in the comments below. Be sure to check out also the angel number. Numerology is really big when you're calling upon a source outside of yourself for some assistance, okay? So spirit animals, which can include insects as well, angel, card, or deity. You may be seeing someone in your dreams and not know who this is. Those are short videos. I do one every moon day. So I have one posted for this moon day. Also, make sure that if it's your birthday, you check out that birthday reading. Have a cosmic day and tonight, meow.